Good afternoon, everyone. I am out and about at a marina by the lake, and I'm just kind of going to take in the scenery while I record this video. Hopefully you can hear me okay, because I feel that these little precious moments of taking in the scenery is important. I woke up this morning. I woke up a couple of times this morning. First time was probably fairly early, but I could hear the cats going ballistic outside of my bedroom door, howling and fighting and up to their normal chaos first thing in the morning. And I would like to say it's just because they're tired. I would like to say it's just because they're hungry, but realistically, that's not the only factor. Sorry, I had to pause to get by all of the cars. It's pretty busy right now around the water because it is the town fair this weekend, so there's a lot of extra people out and about. It's shocking, really, that there are so many boats here and they spend most of their time parked rather than being out in the water. Seems like a big waste of money to me, but anyway. I have to kind of pause occasionally to get from one spot to another because I can't. It would be nice if I could just walk along the right here along the boats undisturbed. However, apparently you have to be a boater to go down there. So give me 1 minute. Okay, as I am approaching the water, I see there's actually more boats out in the water than usual right now. Let's kind of zoom in on them. But, there's one way out there. Okay, so I just had to move positions a bit, but there's some more out over there and over there. Out there. So, sorry. There, quite a few boats. So I guess people figure this is a good weekend to come out to the cottage and get out on the water. I want to see if I can get a better view of it. I know you're probably wondering when I'm going to get to the point here, but like I said, you got to take in the here and now sometimes, the moment. The reason I came out here in the first place, which was to grab a hold of the little prizes on the way to the big one. So this thing here is on a barge, this machinery. I saw it one day out on the water, scooping out of the water. I have no idea what it was scooping. It's a mystery. This is going to the dock. Out. Let's walk along the dock. I need to find somewhere where I am uninterrupted. Perhaps over here. Let's go over here. I don't see anyone in this little corner right now. Just gotta watch my step here as I come down. Lots of people on the beach. It's just past noon, so things are getting pretty active. I'm gonna go to the fair later and see if I can get my kids to go see what's going on there. Anyway, I'm gonna come over here and have a sit down on a log. Okay. I'll give you a hi. Hi everybody. This isn't too very good. Let me turn this. There we go. Okay, so we still got a nice background going on there. I hope you can hear me. I find sometimes my volume is not great on the videos. I've done a couple of videos where I ended up just not even posting them because the volume was so bad. I did buy a headset to use that I'm going to use next time, hopefully, but I forgot to bring it with me. I had it in my hand at one point, forgot to bring it with me. But I just bought it and I'm hoping that it gives me better volume while I'm doing my videos. So anyway, I got up this morning, first time, to the noise of the cats and thinking, oh, for the love of God, and started doing my, started saying in my head some of my protections, even though I was barely awake, but I knew it had to be done because I find that by the morning time things can be kind of heavy because the people who work with dark magic and that in an obsessive way right now spend their whole night trying to come up against me and those I care about. So I do my protections before I go to sleep, but I don't. They kind of weaken as the night goes on, so I have to reinforce fairly early. You know, not always. Some mornings are worse than others. Just depending, but I'm sure many are experiencing right now, even though the Lionsgate portal was a while ago, and same with the solar eclipse was on the 12th. Today is the 15th. It is not as, you know, all said and done in one day. It's kind of the energy of it continues for a number of days, if not longer, afterwards, and maybe even before. And so this particular solar eclipse and new moon was a very significant one, an important one, as we are going through this reset and we are transitioning from the things that no longer serve us into new beginnings. And part of that is a lot of revealing, revealing to your coming to understanding of things within yourself, as well as truths being revealed everywhere. And those that are being exposed in that truth reveal are none too happy, and they are kicking up a fuss. And this period, they're going to be upset, and they're going to lash out, and they're going to project, and they're going to try and stop everything that is happening in any way that they can, because they are at the point of desperation and fearful of what will happen to them because of everything they've been doing and can't seem to stop doing, because they have messed around with darkness for so long. Some of these people, like, I mean, there's all different levels of this. Some people are actively using very harmful ways to try and get their agenda across. And then there's other people who are just more, they're not even aware of what's happening. They're just feeling it and projecting it. But some people are intentionally doing harmful things in the background, or directly to them, not hiding it. But a lot of people are doing it in the shadows and using dark magic and that sort of thing to create chaos in other people's lives. Anything from subtle ways to just straight up, trying to, it's done so covertly. They try to do things that will make you feel so shitty about everything, your own life and everything around you, that you just want to give up. And that's their goal, is to make you want to give up, whether it be on a small little things, or something that is significant, important to you, or something that is going to do something for the greater good. They do not want anything good to happen, because they don't feel anything good about their own lives, and they don't think anyone else should either. So things are pretty heavy right now, and I found myself, when I started doing my prayers to myself and my protections to myself, and it kind of drifted off back to sleep. And when I woke up to go about my day, the energy still felt heavy, and I found myself, like, the very first thoughts I was having in my mind was like, I wish I can't wait till all of this hard part is over, where we get past all of this mud we have to work our way through to come out on the other side. And it made me think of an analogy of a carnival, much like that is happening. Well, it's a fair this weekend here, but we're a carnival where there are games, and you are and there's a prize. There's a small prize, for your $5 game, and you try to work your way up to the big prize. And the little small prize is their little something that makes you think that it's worth it to spend the $5 to try and win a game. It used to be that you had to actually do something fairly impressive to win any kind of prize, but nowadays they'll just kind of give you a little prize for pretty much anything, just to keep you in the game, right? So I found myself wishing that it was like this right now, that I would, like, even if there was just some little little positive notes here and there to make it seem like it was all worth it, all of these emotional and mental and spiritual battles that we are going through. And, you know, I mean, their whole goal is to make us want to give up, right? So, and you have to have a lot of faith and resilience to make it through it all without giving up. And, you know, this has been the problem for centuries and, you know, really thousands of years, where the dark energies that work covertly in the background, behind the veil, are just making us feel it in one way or another, so that we all give up, and then we keep our low vibration, and then they can just continuously harvest and siphon off of our energy. For them, the behind the veil beings to exist, where they infiltrate people without them even knowing it. For a long time, nobody was really aware. And this mass awakening that has been happening is waking certain people up to that, so that we can help to awaken others to that fact, and to all of the things that they have constructed through the people to make us stay asleep and just not caring anymore, you know, not even having faith anymore in whether there is a higher power or not, or whether there is a power within us or not, because we start to think that there's no hope. But we're here to, certain people are here to remind people that there is hope, and that you do have that strength within you and that power within you that you were brought into this earth with. So, but it's not an easy job to do, and it's pretty thankless. All in all, most people don't understand or care, or, you know, kind of tend to just back away from you at that point, when you start doing all of this stuff that everybody has stopped believing in. So you do have to have a lot of inner strength to get through it, because you do become very isolated in this world of trying to bring light into it. So it can get tough, especially when they're being pretty aggressive about it. But I personally will never give up, because that is not an option for me. And so I thought about how, you know, like I said, like I thought this morning, I wish there was just, you know, some little small victories here and there to help me get through this, to make me realize that this is worth it, regardless of how difficult it is, and that it, you know, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, this will be worth it for humanity. And you know, this is all underway, whether humanity is ready for it or not. So you know, the idea is for us to try and save as many as we can, right? So that's my goal. And as I was thinking all this, I went on to Facebook, and the first posts from another one in another starseed, and another one in the collective, was talking about kind of this same very thing. So, you know, as I've mentioned other times in things I post or write, that all of the collective is kind of starting to sync up in their downloads of information they're receiving. So everybody's kind of in our world is seeing what is happening and understanding it, and also a little fed up. So I made a comment on it, just saying, oh yeah, I woke up feeling the same way basically, and spoke of my analogy about the Carnival games. And I said, maybe it's just a matter of refocusing our lens on all the good things around us, to have a different perspective, that maybe there are these little prizes in our world right now already happening, and we just have to refocus on that to be able to have the strength to continue on for the big prize later on, right? So sometimes you have to do whatever you can to refocus on the good things in the here and now. So I thought, okay, well, today is the fair. This morning was a parade, so I thought, okay, I'm getting out there. I tried to encourage the kids to come along with me to the parade, but they were still in bed and didn't want to get up. So I thought, fine, whatever, I'll do it myself. So I left and I went out, and I missed the first 10 minutes of it, so I saw about 20 minutes of the parade, and it was nice. Nothing super exciting. It's a small town. It's a village, actually. So, but it was still nice. It still made me smile. I took some pictures, and I took some pictures in the park that is at the right there downtown. And these are the little snippets of our lives that still bring us joy, and whether we're alone or with a group of people, it doesn't really matter. You can still get enjoyment out of your life if you are embracing it, if you are looking at all of the little pockets of sunshine, so to speak, that remind you that everything is not terrible. There are still good things if you just look at them, if you just recognize them, and stop doom scrolling, stop looking at all of the bad, stop listening to all of the bad news, stop thinking about all of the bad things that you are experiencing or have experienced or could experience. Rather, just think about the good things. And if it's hard to think about the good things, then go find them. Go out there and look for them. Go out there in nature, because that is where the most nurturing for us comes. That is what Mother Earth is doing for us all the time if we allow it. Nurturing us with the sunshine out right now. I don't know if the sun is shining where you are right now, but it will again. I promise you that. So that sunshine brings a lot of goodness into your life. It feels good. It raises your serotonin levels and probably some other chemicals that help us to rebalance ourselves. Get out, maybe go for a swim, go for a walk, maybe in the forest, the trees, the nice, all of the trees connect us to the earth, and the earth and the air and the sky, they're pretty darn tall when you look up. They're getting up there, bringing in the nutrients that they need and releasing the nutrients that we need. So we have a give and take relationship with the trees, and probably too many people are taking them away from the earth, cutting them down, when they are actually what is providing the oxygen that we need to breathe. But that's a side note we won't get into right now. But and take your shoes or sandals off and put your feet on the ground, and that energy right from the core of the earth will travel right up to you and regenerate you as it is meant to do. But you know, if you're wearing shoes or sandals, it makes it hard for that to happen because they have rubber soles. So and rubber is not a conductor of energy. So we need to make contact. We need to make direct contact with the grass, the ground, the sand, even the stones on the ground. You know, energy can travel through all of that. Just don't put man-made materials in between trying to stop that. I swear somebody not knowing invented rubber-soled shoes so that we would not benefit from the Earth's energy. You know, everything wants to just keep us low, low, low. How low can you go? You know, so you know, we got to fight back against that. We have to fight back against the systems that are trying to keep us down and low vibrational, because we're trying to raise the vibration of the earth, and that starts with you. That starts with seeing what is happening, what was, why it happened, and seeing what needs to happen to bring about change on this earth and within humanity. So go deep, and when you need to recharge after that session of going deep, get out here and enjoy the little things in life. And if you know, everything doesn't have to be outside, but that should be a part of your day. Every day in your life you need to get out there and be one with the earth again. And then there's other things you can do that bring you joy too, whether it's listening to music or going out and dancing, getting together with some friends who make you feel good, who are supportive of you and your journey through life. Those are the people you need to surround yourself with, you know. Go see a movie, usually whatever movie you know, if a lot of movies have meaning to them that are significant for one reason or another, you know. You know, everybody, not everybody, but most people like a good scary movie once in a while, but they can kind of bring your vibration down too, so be careful about that, unless it's got some sort of lesson in it. Which, I gotta tell you, I saw one recently that was, it was intense, but at the same point I did catch a lesson from it, so, you know, it's all good. You just gotta clean your, if you do engage in something that has the potential to bring your vibration down, you just gotta clean your energy after that, cleanse your space, and do something that brings you out of it. Put on some happy music after that, or you know, do something that just raises the vibration back up, right? So anyways, I'm getting kind of some perspiration. It's like literally going in my eye right now, so I'm gonna have to call it quits for now, and I think I've gotten my point across. So hopefully, as I said before, the volume was good enough and you could hear me, and I hope you all enjoy your Saturday. Today is August 15th, 2026. Sometimes I like to point that out because even though people will see this when they're meant to see it, you'll know what time frame that I was experiencing this, and hopefully, you know, and I put that wish out there that this comes up in your feed when you need to see it, okay? And I hope that it was helpful, and I hope you enjoy your Saturday, and Love and light. Bye for now.